Hi, so I got a request from a viewer to do a video tutorial for Summer Samba. I haven't been playing or recording for a few weeks because I got hit by a car, hurt my pinky, but I'm feeling better now, so let's give it a shot. The chord changes come from Dr. Uke. I'll link below in the description for you to find those. Shout out to Dr. Uke. His website's awesome. Any ukulele should go there to find some awesome chord changes. These chord changes can be pretty tricky. And the key to this song is also rhythm. So I'll play through the song slowly so that you can follow along with it. I'll put the chord that I'm playing in the video, and then I'll break down the rhythm that I'm playing so that you can learn that strum pattern and learn how to play Brazilian music and samba music. But disclaimer, I'm not Brazilian. I love Brazilian music, but I haven't studied it academically. I'll just show you how I like to play it. Someone to hold me tight, that would be very nice. Someone to love me right, that would be very nice. Someone to understand each little dream in me. Someone to take my hand and to be a team with me. So nice, that would be so nice if one day I'd find someone to take my hand and samba through life with me. Someone to cling to me, stay with me right or wrong. Someone to sing to me some little samba song. Someone to take my heart and then give her heart to me. Someone who's ready to give love a start with me. So nice, that would be so nice. Should it be you and me? I could see it would be nice. Breaking down that rhythm, which is really the tricky part to giving this song its samba flavor. I derive my ukulele strum pattern from something called the teloteco pattern in samba music. Now this would normally be played by a percussion instrument, and it goes like this. Now, one of my teachers taught me a phrase to remember that, if you like thinking in terms of phrases instead of music notation. So you could say, I love samba, yes, I love samba. I love samba, yes, I love samba. So the way I like to think of this rhythm is as if it's organized into 8 beats. And each of those 8 beats has a beat in between it, a weak beat in between it, or an off beat. And so if we just mute all the strings, we can just strum through that. We're going to strum down on the downbeat, or on the strong beat, and up on the weak beats, or the off beats. So that would be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Now we're going to transfer that onto the ukulele. So we're going to play that rhythm in our strumming. And I'm just going to hang out on an F chord while I explain this. And I'll play an open F. But it really helps to be able to mute the strings to make this rhythm more precise. And so when I play the open F, I mute the strings with my pinky. Just place the pinky down and it mutes the strings. Alternatively, you could play that F further up the neck, as if you're taking a D chord and you're moving it 3 frets up. And then you can mute the chord just by lifting up your fingers lightly. We're going to start to build that teloteco pattern. So the first 2 accents that we're going to add are going to be on the first 2 downbeats. Now I'm just going to hang out on that F chord while I do this, and muting the strings with my pinky, and we'll hit the first 2 downbeats and just mute strum the rest. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. what makes samba so groovy is that everything starts on those downbeats, but then everything shifts to the upbeats. So like the second half of that rhythm is all on the offbeats. And that's what makes it so groovy. That's what gives it its swing. And so I'll write out below when exactly those accents are occurring on the upbeats, on which upbeats, and be as precise as you can about that, because that's really what gives this rhythm its character. So it would be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. So you'll notice on those upbeats when I'm strumming, it coincides with the and, not with the number. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Make sense? So if you listen, you can hear that teloteco pattern in that strum pattern. So I'll say that phrase originally with it. So you have I love samba, yes I love samba, I love samba, yes I love samba, I love samba, yes I love samba, I love samba, yes I love samba. So we've just been hanging out on the F here, but you can go through all the chord changes with that. And for example, we have the F and the C7 suspended in the F, and the C7 and the F and the C7. Sometimes they occur faster. Sometimes we'll stay on a chord for that whole rhythmic cell. Sometimes you'll cut it in half. So like this, the first F in that song stays for one whole measure. So you have someone to hold me tight, that would be very nice. And then it switches to the B minor 7 and then the E7, but that's a faster change, so you split that in half. So that's the basic pattern. I'll let you go back to the video to see what the chord changes are and when exactly those changes occur. Pay attention that sometimes you're going to stay on a chord for that whole rhythmic cell, that I love samba, yes I love samba. Sometimes you'll cut it in half and do the changes faster. Now I add a lot of variation. Sometimes I play all of the accents, sometimes I leave accents out, sometimes I add extra accents. Just as you gain fluency with this pattern and get more familiar with the music, you start to learn what sounds right and good to you, and start to play with the music. So you can go back to the video to find all of that, but that was just a basic breakdown of the rhythm, and good luck uking.